Hello water signs, welcome. This is the second half of January readings. As always, these are general readings, so not every reading will have a message for everybody. If you feel like your reading this time does not resonate, you can check out your moon, rising, Venus sign reading or any reading that really calls your name. And if you want information on the decks or anything related to the reading, you can check out the description box. There's a lot of stuff there. There's also timestamps, so you can jump to your reading if you don't want to watch the whole video. And yes, we have Cancer, Pisces, and Scorpio this time. And I don't think I have anything else to say. Again, warning for the cats. They are very active right now, as always when I'm doing readings. And the fireplace is on, so if there's weird noises on the background, it's one of those two. So yes, thank you for joining me for this brief moment. I really appreciate it. I hope you're having a wonderful January so far. Let's see what is coming up for you for the second half. First up, we have Cancer. Let's see what's going on with you. Let's get a couple of cards from this one. Kind of a theme for this reading. Cancer. We have well-being, first of all. And grieving, okay. Interesting. So there might be the need to let go of something, and that does not feel good at all. But ultimately, it's for your own good. As always, if something does not fit in our life anymore, it is better to let it go. And it sucks, but something better is going to come to fill that void. And definitely a good reminder here, if there is something that you need to let go of, do the proper grieving process. Go through it, feel the feelings, really suffer through it if that is what you, it's Cancer, so you probably will. And don't just push it down and expect it to go away, because it will just keep gnawing at you from the inside. And you will have to face it eventually anyway. So it's better to actually do the grieving process. And of course, it doesn't need to be that someone died. Every loss, every time we have to let go of anything, even if it's just a way of thinking, it's difficult. We are very set in our ways, usually. So grieving is a process of, is a necessary part of every process like that. Sometimes it's very little, sometimes it's a very big thing. But in any case, it needs to be thoroughly processed and dealt with so that it doesn't come resurface. Like when you think everything is okay, it just kind of manifests in very, very bad ways. Let's see what else we got here. Maybe a little context for this. Ace of Pentacles and Strength. Okay, Strength is a Leo card. Putting it out there, you might be dealing with a Leo, or you might have Leo placements that are very prominent this time. or it's just that inner strength that you really need at this time, as always when there's grieving. With this ace here, I'm going to get another card, but just so I don't forget. With this ace here, it's kind of a reminder to me that you should definitely remember to keep one foot firmly planted on the ground so you don't get lost in this process. You need to feel the feelings and all that, but don't forget reality. Ground yourself properly while you're doing this. Don't forget to take care of yourself as well, physically, emotionally, in every way possible while you're doing this. With the 5 of Wands, 5 of Fire. I don't want it to be like this. It does feel kind of reversed energy here. Okay, traditionally, 5 of Wands is chaos and conflict, is what I usually associate with it. It is that kind of fighting with something. Usually with someone, but in this case definitely feels like fighting with yourself. So with the strength here especially, it seems like just don't fight the process. Like I said, don't just shove it down and hope for the best. Stop fighting the feelings that arise. Any kind of feelings you can, the whole scale of human emotion will probably come up in the grieving process. It's normal, it's healthy. Happiness, sadness, anger, everything. So instead of fighting it, accept it, feel it, and let it go away. Don't fight anything, don't hold on to anything. Grounding very heavily here, present. So do remember to be mindful, mindfulness, all that. If you do, for example, meditation or just really something simple as a walk in nature will help you ground yourself into the present moment as well. I think that's all we have. The bottom of the deck. I haven't really looked at the bottom card here in these readings that I've done for this period, but the 9 of Pentacles here, telling you also that you do still have a lot in your life to enjoy, to count on. Just because you need to let go of something doesn't mean that your whole world is going to crumble and fall to pieces. Just this one part is going to change, and it definitely, I don't know what it could possibly be for you. Being an general reading, it's difficult to say. But it is going to hurt if you fight. Okay, Cancer? Not the most positive reading, but life is like that. I hope this was helpful for someone. remember to take care of yourselves, especially, okay? And I hope I'll see you soon. Next up we have Pisces. Let's see what's happening for Pisces. Second half of January we have prosperity. This deck, I'm using it to get kind of a theme for the reading. Prosperity seems very good. Let's see what else we get. One more card, please. Pisces. 3 then. Prosperity, passion, and blessings. Very nice. So it looks like there is a chance here in this couple of weeks to follow your passion, really further some passion project that you might have, get kind of, well, I don't want to say get far with it, but get somewhere with it. Further than maybe before. Some sort of a unexpected blessing might happen. And we have this prosperity here, and I would naturally link the word prosperity to money and abundance like that, but it doesn't feel like that here. It feels like more like happiness, that kind of prosperity and abundance. You know, it doesn't always have to be money. So if there's something that you really, really, really enjoy doing, definitely go forward with that. Dedicate some quality time into pursuing that passion, and it might actually lead you somewhere. Okay, let's see what the tarot says for Pisces. That looks very, very good. It does have this kind of really specific project kind of energy, not like, I mean, if you are really passionate about life in general, that might be it. And that's how it should be, definitely. We have the 9 of Air, so 9 of Swords, and the Queen of Water, so Queen of Cups. Let's get one more. Another 9. We have the 9 of Wands. Everything wants to fall on the floor. 9 of Swords and 9 of Wands, okay? Bottom of the deck, I just set the same to Cancer. I haven't really looked at the bottom card for these readings, but it called to me. We have Hierophant, we have Taurus energy, so you might be dealing with the Taurus. Hierophant is also it's actually the card for this year. Just popped up. It is a card of established order. What's the word? Traditions, routines even. And we have these 2 9s here that kind of want to break that. Okay, 9 of Swords usually is about nightmares and stress and anxiety. But this is a good tarot, so this is everything in a very positive way. So the 9 of Swords here is rising above all that. Trusting that the universe has your back. Even through all that. Like, okay, I feel horrible. I am so scared right now. I don't know what is going to happen. But I'm going to let go and I'm going to trust that I'm safe and things are going to work out in my favor, even if this thing that I really, really want is not. If it's not what is meant for me, it will fall away and something better will come. that kind of trust. Goodness, fireplace is crooked. That kind of trust in the universe, in spirit, angels, whatever you want to call it, whatever your path is. The other 9 here, traditionally, again, it is a very protective energy. It's like fighting to the last bit of energy you have left. Again, this is the good tarot, so in this deck it's like it has this kind of sense of protection as well. Like you are protected, you are not going into the darkness alone. There is this kind of spirit guide energy here as well with the 9s. The trust, the protection, all of that. Like you're not fighting this alone. I don't know what you're fighting. Maybe it's with, like I said, with the Hierophant, like you are breaking those traditions that you used to have and you're following this passion. Like, no, I want to do this. I don't care if it means that people are going to be mad at me. Or leaving your very regular routine day job to pursue an art or whatever. If that is what is calling to you to do at the moment, then go for it. The Queen of Water here, that feels like your energy. Even if you're not female, it doesn't matter the gender, it's just energy. It is a very inward energy. The emotional, calm, serene is what I'm getting here, especially in this reading. Energy that having your emotions in control, not letting them lead you, scare you. And not letting them lead you in that scary way. Having them in control also. We have emotional connections to people and situations, so not letting those connections dictate what you're going to do. Because if you have a passion, it's more fiery, like in here, it's just pure flame. It's not necessarily an emotional thing anymore, it's that fire. So not letting your emotional connections to other things dictate what you do, but focusing on what you want and trusting that that is the right path for you. And that is amazing. Pisces, really, really happy to see this reading for you. I hope this was helpful. Do enjoy your the rest of your January. And again, thank you for your company for this reading. I appreciate it. And finally, we have Scorpio. Let's see what's going on with you guys. Let's get kind of a theme from this deck first. See what we get. Hope your January has been wonderful so far. Okay, there we go. We have willpower and spirit guides. Okay. Pisces reading was also, there was a very distinct sense of spirit guide connection. So if you are dealing with a Pisces or you have Pisces strongly in your chart, I do recommend you check that out as well. So definitely pay attention if you are a person who deals with spirit guides. I know not everybody does, but if you do, pay attention to that. You can also call it whatever your path calls it. Angels, God, ancestors, whatever. The spirit guide is just some kind of a force, not exactly outside of ourselves, but anyway, that guides us in our life. They might be sending you, I was going to say visions, possibly. Messages is what I was looking for. Signs. Either that you are on your right path, or pay attention to something, these kind of things. Sometimes it's not really obvious. It's just if you go about your day and you're like, something very small, kind of insignificant, really draws your attention. There might be something more in it. So do pay attention to that kind of moment as well. Willpower here. First thought is that you might be on a path to meet your spirit guides that kind of step into this direction. If you haven't dealt with this kind of energies before, so if there's any kind of hesitation there, this might be a very, very opportune time to take a step towards that. If not, then I would just say that if you have a will to do something, now's the time for that. Either spirit guide related or not. Just anything. If you feel like, oh, I want this so much, but you're waiting for the right time, then this is basically a sign that this is the right time. Even if it might not feel like it to you right now, because of money reasons, because of time, whatever it is, because you don't have a friend to do it with, anything. Go for it. Just do it. If you really want something, you will make the time. The time will appear when you are in the process of doing the thing, or, you will meet other people if you don't have someone to go with right now. Depends very much on what it is for you. It's general reading, so it's difficult to say. If it's about meeting your spirit guides, for the few that it will resonate with, there's no reason to postpone it for any better time. You don't need to have any prior knowledge about it, really. When I met with my first spirit guide, it was my spirit animal, actually. I knew nothing about it beforehand, but I just went for it. I did a meditation to meet my spirit animal, and that's it. And I've been connected with that ever since. I've learned way more about it, the topic. And this applies to any topic, really, not just spirit guides. In the recent couple of latest, what am I saying? The past few years now, even though I did that meditation 10 years ago. So you don't need to have knowledge to do something. The knowledge will come when you start doing it. Alright, that's too many cards. Let's just try again. Let's just try again. Scorpio for the second half of January. 3 cards, please. And just to kind of piece it back together, if I didn't, I'm not sure if I said it, but the signs that you're getting from whatever this energy is for you might be like, go in this direction and you will get to this, okay? If you feel like you should definitely take that road instead of that one, even though you usually take that one, there might be a person or a place that you meet in the other road that will help you get a move on this, whatever it is that you've been kind of pushing aside for a while, but you really want to try. One more card. Scorpio, one more card, please. Okay, there we go. Ace of Water, so Ace of Cups. 10 of Air, so 10 of Swords. And 8 of Fire, so 8 of Wands, okay? The Ace here is, for me, it's like the source of all emotion, okay? It's like the spring of emotion. It's also something small, like a seed of something that if you grab it, it will grow into who knows what. It's like that little pearl, but it's worth thousands, millions, whatever. It's the little hints of something that if you pay attention, they will lead you like breadcrumbs to where you are supposed to be. 10 of Air, so 10 of Swords. Traditionally, 10 of Swords is a very painful card. It's a painful ending. Everything coming to a just dead stop. In here, also because this is the good tarot, and specifically in this reading, it feels like letting go of that fear that it will come to that. Like we see the angel figure kind of blowing away the fear, blowing away the feathers, but yes, blowing away the fears. I don't need you. Please go away. I acknowledge that you're there, but instead of being stuck in that fear, like, oh my goodness, this is going to happen. It's like, okay, I know that there's a possibility that this will happen, so I will prepare for that possibility and do it anyway. The 8 of Wands in this deck specifically is, it's like you have arrived to a destination. This is the end. You need to get off the train and you're looking around like, well, I am here. Let's explore. What can I do with this? It is adventurous energy. Grabbing that opportunity and just going with it. Enjoying it. Even if you're scared, it's like, well, you are here now. What are you going to do about it? Are you going to just sit still and be scared, or actually take advantage of the opportunity that you can have quite an adventure if you just let go and go for it. That looks quite wonderful, Scorpio. Definitely grab those opportunities. Stop postponing that thing that you've been postponing. Just go for it. It's going to be okay. And follow the signs. If something feels like a sign, it is probably a sign. Okay, thank you so much for your company for this reading. Always appreciate it. I hope this was helpful, and I hope I will see you again soon. Okay, and that was all water sign readings for this period. So take care. Bye.